What's up, everybody? It's me, Ricorex here, and welcome to another episode of That Esports Show. I'm Ricorex here. Oh, yeah. It's been a while. Thank you so much for the reception or the amount of views that you gave on the last video. It means a lot. Just that people are watching helps, and I hope I can educate you all with all the information that I have. The account has not been doing as well, but don't worry. We just want to do more content. I want to just educate you all. Like trying my best to educate and give awareness because I think so that's like what I can do in my free time from my work. But yeah, today is going to be very interesting because we're going to discuss about something which I don't know many of you all have picked up, but if you all have picked up, all fair and good because we're going to be talking about Pokemon Unite. Now, Pokemon Unite, for many who don't know, or many will know, if you're following esports, you know Pokemon Unite is like one of the biggest games or most popular games in the world because of mainly Pokemon, but the MOBA game is very simple. It's a simple MOBA that people can play to understand, and it's like a stepping foot, like your early step in. You normally for MOBA, you normally do it on Pokemon Unite. So the game is very interesting. I like it as a Pokemon fan. As you can see, there's literally a tapping over there. Like if I, oh sorry, if I see over here, there's I can't play. Yeah, it's there. I'm really bad. This inverting thing doesn't work with me. But yeah, uh, so Pokemon Unite. But getting to the point of things are going to change, especially in India, because I had written an article about 2 years ago about Pokemon Unite and will it fare good in India. This was when BGMI was banned and we didn't have any update of when it's coming back. So when we had no information, we were like, okay, can which game can come up? People saw some potential Pokemon Unite. I did myself, but there's nothing done to increase the level or take advantage of it. Because at that point, we had a turning phase where even Valorant was going to the franchisee model. So it was like the turn of the tide, like just before the franchisee model and everything. So in Pokemon, I had hoped that there was a franchisee model, but it didn't make sense at that point because there wasn't much. But guess what? In 2024, the announcement came in like a few months ago, a few weeks ago actually, that there is going to be an India League of Pokemon Unite. Now, we'll go into the details of all of it and what does it hold, what is the future, what can we expect from this, because it's going to be very interesting. As a fan of esports, I'm happy because Indian Esports finally has a franchise league of itself. But for the mobile division, we have seen like for CS2 in the Sky Sports side of things, but now we've got Pokemon Unite. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Pokemon Unite does it because we all know Pokemon and Nintendo as companies who are like very, they like to keep things close. But anyhow, quickly getting into the video. So as we make the transition to here, welcome to the Pokemon Unite Asia Champions League. Now, what is this all about? This league is going to be a franchise league consisting of some of the best teams in Japan, Southeast Asia, and India. Now, as you look over here into this page, as we quickly go into it, as you can see over here, it's set to stay place from literally next week and go on till like February. There are going to be 8 teams from here. As you can see them, Zeta Division, you must have heard of them, you must have heard of Reject, you must have heard of Fennel. If you follow the Japanese esports scene, these are teams who are very well known and they'll be playing just matches with each other. As you can see, the format is put over here. It's going to be single round robin. Top four qualify for playoffs, and then you have the playoff stage, which are going to be very interesting to watch. Like genuinely speaking, I am very curious to watch over here to see what happens. So as we get over here, this is for Japan. We also have it for Southeast Asia, and this is where it gets interesting that one can note all the teams that are there. So as you can see, different leagues have different amount of teams. Japan at 8, these people have 10. And if you want to know Alter Ego's one team, if you follow Valorant, you know Full Sense is another team you might heard of. Paper X is very interesting because Paper X is announced their second loss. Normally they're like a one team organization, like for one game, but now with Valorant they are in Pokemon Unite. So just shows, and even Talon Esports. Many of y'all have heard of this. But we have come over here to talk about the India phase. So the rules of the India phase is already put out, and if we have a look at this article right here, it talks about it as well. This is the apology. This is for the Southeast Asia. This is for India. So as you can see here for South Asia, we've got 8 teams: Godlike, God's Rain, God, Global Esports, Marcus, Reckoning, Revenant, Soul, True Rippers. Some of the well-known organization in India, like Revenant X Park, is here, which is very well. And if you've not read my article about the best teams in India, I think I should do a video as well and why. I think I'll do that as well because very interesting to see like why and what research I did to go into it to explain y'all guys as well. So there'll be a written way to compete for the Asian champions. The tournaments representing India for the offline thing will be determined using 2 tournaments, the league and then like an winter open. Now The league, let's look over here. These are the participating teams. How will be the format? So now it will be taking place from November 16. The winning team will earn a spot. Now, what does this mean? How is it going to happen? So, as it was stated over here, there'll be a 7-day circuit. Each day runs as a single elimination bracket. Teams earning based on the result of the bracket. Top four of the bracket win other players. So, as you can as we saw over here for SEA, it's going to be something like this. You play your matches, and then you see the winner of it gets points, and based on those points, you go higher and higher and higher. So that's how the format is. The top four will qualify for playoffs, and like the first place will qualify from that will qualify for what do you say for the finals. Now this is very interesting because over here, as you can see over here, which you had seen before, you can see over here SEA has three people, the four people actually. India champion has only two. It's only two. So you can see there's a difference over here, which I would like to bring it out over here. That SEA has four, Japan has four, but India has just one. So as you can see, like the other tournaments have to just worry like, four and you're done. In India, only the creme de la creme and the Winter Open. Now, what would be the Winter Open? The Winter Open is over here, which will have like a 4-day event, which is like open for all, according to like the press release that is there, open for all. And the best team from the India Open comes over here, Winter Open comes over here. The best team from the India League also comes, and they decide. Now, this is going to take phase in the span of 4 months. 4 months, yeah, because it's going to be every weekend. So it's going to be very interesting to watch that. Every weekend, there's going to be games that you can follow. The formatting, it's kind of confusing for many. It makes me wonder how's it going to be, but it's very interesting to see like how they're planning to do it. But having a franchise league, as we come over here, you can see over here all the Revenant Reckoning announced, Revenant Xbox has announced, God's Reign has announced, Godlike has announced, and here we have our main thing. So it's very interesting to see that India currently just has one. I think so. At the start of the league, they want to see like how much participation India can have because we are like population wise, we have a lot of numbers. But if you see like the amount of money that people will spend on a game like Pokemon Unite, it's not a lot. In a game like BGMI, it is a lot. Currently, if y'all don't know this, in a recent press release of the Crafton like financial report, Crafton had profits of over 200 crores, 200 crores in one quarter. That's a lot. And a major chunk of it came from India. Like a part of it came from BGMI. So they know what they're doing over here by putting out all their skins and stuff, which is really it's working for them, so it shows. But point being in India, if you want to have a thriving ecosystem, you need to have everybody involved. So it's going to be very interesting for me to see how are how the teams, organizations like Godlike and Soul and Global Esports and Revenant X Park at this point, how are they going to monetize this for themselves? Because I know they will have a stipend that they can give and based on that make their team because it's a franchising league. But the point is, if you have that, you have a base. How do you increase it? And can we finally see the rise of Pokemon Unite? It is a question which only will be answered after this tournament, after the first season of the tournament, to just understand because the first season happens and then there's going to be another break. And then again, we can expect. Or what is the structure? Is the structure going to change? Are they going to see like this is like a trial run to see how it works? Because right now, I think so they have put a lot of, are prioritizing, as you can see, like a lot of teams are like prioritized from Japan and SEA, but from India, it's just two teams. So it's going to be very interesting. In my opinion, if you're on my humble opinion, I feel it will work if everybody knows how to sustain and just create content out of it. Because at the end of the day, you can use content like how I'm creating this video. You use this video, you use content of other people or like esports players who are in Pokemon Unite and the organizations who are there to use and just to get better. So that's that. And yeah, I would like to thank you all. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like, do give it a like, do give it a share if you all want to share. I can understand that for certain people, you'll want me to speak in Hindi, but I'm still learning. Like, I want to make sure that I sound better in Hindi before I start talking over here in Hindi. As you can see, the previous podcast, if you've seen, I spoke in Hindi during them, but I still want to make sure that the quality is good enough that you all enjoy this as well. So, yeah, thank you so much. If there's any topic that you would want me to cover, do let me know. I will do that video next week. I want to do one video a week. When I feel like it, I'll do 2 videos a week. As I coming towards the end of esports, like the end of all the tournaments, I want to make sure that we are just covering and I'm creating content whenever I have time. So I hope you like these videos. It's I know and I hope you like it. Thank you so much. And yeah, see you next week. Bye bye.